All right, guys, it's Monday, January 12th. I told you I'd give you another update. I have got a little bit more information on the SDRP Stage 2. We'll go over it briefly. This past Friday, January 9th, there was an email that went out, I know at least to the Alabama FSA offices, that said it was possible to go ahead and sign the SDRP2 application and waive the quality loss portion of it that they're not sure exactly how to implement yet. So by doing that, we can go ahead and get whatever money you know you have coming on SDRP Stage 2, and you've got until April 30th of 2026 to go amend that once they get everything figured out on how to implement quality loss. You can go back in and amend that application. So a couple reasons that I think we should just go ahead and take what we can get is A, if there's another government shutdown, that's going to impede your payment. So everybody's in a bind. I know it's bad everywhere. So I think I would go ahead now, since they're still not sure how to implement quality loss, I would go ahead and sign that application. It can't get worse than that. Quality loss could only help you. But a brief explanation of why quality loss isn't as big a player is if you had a regular crop insurance claim that had bad quality, we took care of that on your regular claim. That was taken care of in SDRP Stage 1. Stage 2 is the shallow loss portion of the program where you picked above your guarantee, and so you may have had just a little bit of quality here or there. So for instance, if you had 100 bales of cotton on a farm that shows up on your SDRP2 application, if there was 100 bales, if you had 2 or 3 bales that were classed that came up short or had some deducts, it's not worth fooling with. So if you quality adjust that bale of cotton for staple, micro, color, and you had a 500-pound bale, you may end up with 490 pounds of production to count. So the quality loss portion of SDRP2 makes sure the amount of production on that farm be less. So if that farm had 10,000 pounds of cotton production and you quality adjusted 2 or 3 bales or 10 bales, you're still going to have almost the same number. Peanuts not quite as hard. Let's say you had a farm with 100,000 pounds of 2 truckloads of peanuts, 2 50,000-pound loads. One of them was a Seg 1 load. The second load didn't have a claim on that farm, but it was a Seg 2 load. Well, Seg 2 is kind of about half or maybe a little more once we quality adjust them. So if you didn't have a claim on Stage 1 on that farm for crop insurance, maybe a little bit on Stage 2, but you would only quality adjust that one load. And so you can still do that up until April 30th. So my advice to you is take what you can get, go ahead to FSA, sign the application as it's written. If they say anything about having to get something from crop insurance, you don't. Your production's already pre-headed on that form. It'll say that's what was turned into federal crop. When you turned your yields into me, I turned them into the company sent them on to federal crop. It should be filled out completely. Another question I'm getting is, well, what do I put as my cause of loss? The same cause of loss you put for Stage 1 works for Stage 2. If you're in Georgia, hurricane works for 23 and 24. If you're in Alabama and Florida, go back and watch 2 videos prior to this, and I give you exactly county by county by county what cause of loss to put. If you're in a D2 plus county for drought, you put drought. If you were not in a D2 plus county, you can put excessive heat and it'll still work, okay? Same cause of loss that you certified for Stage 1, carry that over to Stage 2. You can't remember, go back and watch 2 videos prior to this, and it's spelled out in there county by county. I'll read them to you, show you the graphics so you can go back in there and look. So again, go ahead, in my opinion, sign the application, let them get that money rolling. We want to beat a shutdown if there's one looming, which there's rumors of one. So let's beat the shutdown. Once FSA figures out what or if it's valuable to do on the quality loss portion, you can go back and amend it, and you won't get any less money. You could only get a little bit more. So it's not going to be as big a player as everybody thinks it's going to be. It's just, it's just not that much money at play because Stage 1 took care of the majority of everything that you're going to get. So moving forward, Farm Bridge, let's talk about it. So I sent you a video a week or so ago. The Farm Bridge amounts, the amount per acre that you're going to get with Farm Bridge has been released. Peanuts is $55 an acre. Cotton's 117. Corn is 44. Grain sorghum is 48. Soybeans is 39. You're going to have a $155,000 cap on that. I did find out that the Farm Bridge application is supposed to be mailed to you, so I would be watching for that. They're saying that you'll have this payment based on your planted acres. So the acres you turned in for 2025, they're paying just on planted acres. So you don't have to turn in yields, you don't have to turn in anything with crop insurance. So go ahead as soon as that comes, let's go ahead and get that money rolling. I know they're saying February 28th, but usually the feds are a little bit behind. So they're saying February 28th, which probably really means middle of March, but be on the front side of that. There's no reason to hold off on that application. It's very simple. You plant the acres, you got the money. It doesn't cover prevented planting acres. If you'll read through what I sent you, that USDA link about a week or two back, it spells everything out with Farm Bridge. So be looking for the Farm Bridge. Go ahead and take advantage of it. Go ahead and sign up for stage 2 now. I don't think quality loss is going to help you enough to matter unless it was just really, really bad in 23 or 24, but bad above what crop insurance has already done. So that could mean you didn't have a very high level of coverage and left some money on the table. Then it's a little bit bigger of a player. But let's go ahead and take care of signing that. I did hear last week that there are some situations where some cotton groups may be able to, like Staple, may be able to give you your bales of cotton at class low enough for quality adjustment. I heard after the Staple meeting the other day that there were going to be an app that would put those numbers segregated out for you to put in on your quality loss form of the stage 2 SDRP. So that's still not a reason not to go ahead and sign it, because you can always go back and do that as an amendment to it. So if you're in that situation and you realize you just don't really have much quality, go ahead and do it. If you've got a lot, go ahead and do it, and then let's try to just get it amended. It's not going to hurt anything. So that gives you an update on what I know this morning on January 12th. A couple other items you need to know of. For the Dothan meeting, we're doing a farmer luncheon on January 20th. We're going to go over the new big beautiful bill changes, increase in subsidy, ECO, SCO, the need to move back into PLC for cotton. Hopefully I'll have some information on you guys being allowed to build some base and update some base in the new farm plan for 2026. I'm still working on that. So Dothan, January 20th, Atmore, January 28th, Florella, February 3rd, Selma, February 11th. I sent everybody a text last week with those dates on it. I'll send you a reminder. Please come. It's hard to get all this information out timely. So I really need you to be there if you can be. If you can't, it's not the end of the world. We'll sit down at the kitchen table and make sure everything's like it needs to be. If you've got a neighbor or a buddy that wants to come with you, bring him on. We need all the business we can get. And so as you're needing something for the bank, as you guys are going ahead and working on crop loans, if you need an assignment, if the bank needs something special, go ahead and text me and we'll get that taken care of so they're not waiting on anything. If you hear anything different than I've just told you, please call me and let me know. But otherwise, I'll be in touch. See you guys at the meeting. Go ahead and sign your SDRP. And we hope the check is fixing to be in the mail on Farm Bridge. Thank you.